Well, depending on whether or not anybody in your family is crazy, you might be able to have a nice holiday weekend without hearing anybody call for the president to be impeached. But next week, the broken record is going to start spinning again because on December 4th, now the House Judiciary Committee is going to hold their impeachment hearing. Since Adam Schiff's House Intelligence Committee impeachment hearing was a total flop, now Jerry Nadler's going to try his hand at his House Judiciary Committee. But the poll numbers are all showing, and common sense confirms, that these hearings aren't changing anybody's minds about anything.
But look, I do think that this polling is, a sort of a warning sign for them. I mean, if they're not able to move public sentiment at all with those 5 hearings with, like a dozen State Department or NSC officials coming forward and testifying against the president, I mean, that's a problem for them. I mean, this should be a high point for them in terms of making the case to the voters. But, this hearing process was so fast for us in Washington. I mean, it was impossible for us to keep up. Think about voters in Ohio or Wisconsin, people who only tune into news once a week. They were doing them back to back. Did it sink in? Clearly.
And a lot of those voters, as they process the information, and we should give everybody the good grace, assume their common sense. The more they learn, they will listen.
I'm sorry, John, but the people who have common sense didn't watch the hearings because they know it was a complete waste of time. Andrew Yang had this to say about the circus on a recent appearance on CNN, which is probably the only intelligent thing that I've ever heard come out of his mouth.
When I talk to voters around the country, Wolf, I have to say I get very, very few questions about impeachment. I know that there are people who are very intent on the impeachment proceedings day to day, but that doesn't line up with what I'm hearing from voters here on the ground.
So would Democrats, you believe, be better off simply wrapping up this impeachment process sooner rather than later?
I do think that the more time that goes on, the less time the Democrats have to present a positive vision for the country that will get people excited and help us win in 2020.
Notice instead of wearing the traditional American flag pin on his suit, he's wearing one that says math, which is hilarious because obviously he hasn't done the math because you can't just give Americans $1,000 a month because someone's got to pay for it. He even has a matching hat that he likes to wear out on the campaign trail. I'm sorry, sir, just because Asians happen to be better at math than the average person doesn't mean that you all are. You are a moron. But NBC News is upset that he's perpetuating the stereotype that Asians are the model minority. Yes, we can't even joke that Asians are good at math anymore because it makes black people feel bad. The Democrat crop of candidates are performing so poorly that some people, even Tucker Carlson, is speculating that Michelle Obama may throw her hat in the ring and run.
Oh, you know what? We're going to lose the election.
How dare you? It's such a circus that Saturday Night Live did a parody of the last debate, and it was actually funny.
I'm billionaire Tom Steyer, and I'm running for president for a simple reason. It's fun, and it gets me out of the house.
And this is not a Saturday Night Live skit. This is a Joe Biden rally where somebody asked him about his immigration plan, and he told him to vote for President Trump.
3 million people that were deported and separated from their families. Yeah. We have this classification of families.
Well, you should vote for Trump.
Families
you should vote for Trump.
I'm not going to do that. But I want to make sure.
And then he turns his back on. And speaking of President Trump, he held a rally in Sunrise, Florida yesterday where this great American patriot was interviewed by Right Side Broadcasting, which live streams all of his events, while wearing one of the greatest t-shirts in print today, available of course at markdice.com. And speaking of my fabulous designs, for the next 6 days only through Cyber Monday, you can get a limited edition, oh wait, what's this, in a shiny reflective silver foil paint or an America First shirt. These pictures don't even do it any justice. Wait until you see it in person. It's the same paint that was used on the Trump Silver Silhouette shirt, and just take a look at how awesome this is. That's how good it's gonna look. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below. Get your orders in now. And if you use the promo code SAVE20 at the checkout, you can save 20% through Cyber Monday. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.